And of course, I'm supposed to talk about all the things going on OMFL, but you know what, man? We got a lot more than just some motherfucking Madden going on in the okay? We got a lot of content going on. Got the Media Days that was just introduced. It actually happened this morning around 8 a.m. Some more stuff that's going on. It looks like one of us has been, one of our members here, he's actually been pumping out, some NHL content, just to talk about that a little bit. And then, of course, something else that just happened a couple days ago, you had EA's Play Live or whatever they were calling it. They just showcased a few of their games. You had Battlefield talked about. They even had a new mode in Battlefield introduced. Another game that was introduced right off top was Grid Legends, because now EA and Codemaster are now partnered up together to give you some additional racing content, which means now EA now has some form of ownership in the licensing of some of those cars and vehicles, of course. But yeah, and then they also finished everything off. They finished everything off with Dead Space. Looks like there's going to be a new Dead Space coming down the pike. So that's that stuff going on out of the EA realm. But you know what, man? I'm gonna go ahead and cut to a break. Come right back after this, man. We're gonna talk about some more stuff going on in the world. All right, man. It's your boy Ray. Peace. Alright, man, what's good? Welcome back, everybody, man. It's your boy Brady Senior, man. I am just getting my stuff situated, man, because we get ready to talk about the grownfolksoc.com website that houses a lot of our content. And I'm, just going through the website, trying to show some of the leagues and whatnot. And but yeah, man, if you get over to the grownfolksoc.com and check out everything, of course, it talks about, all the leagues, the forums, of course, the posts, members, you register, you can join us, our partners, but it looks like right now, it looks like the site is under construction, because some of the links are working, some of the links aren't, But anyway, yeah, man, if you get over there, man, there's a lot of news coming down the pike. It shows a lot of our leagues that we offer. And, and right now, one of the biggest things that that's going on right now is our fundraiser, man. A lot of the content that we put out, a lot of the swag that you can get, OMFL t-shirts, cups, mugs, hats, you name it. Oh my God. There's a lot of things that you can get, but giving to the community, man, helps us continue its longevity, and a lot of the great things that we hand out, prizes and stuff like that. Why? But other than that, man, yeah, dude, just swing on over to the website, man, check it out. But I'm getting ready to click clack on these forums real quick, see what's popping right now. And there's not a whole lot going on just yet. There's a Madden Ballers Club. There's the TFL, Around the Gridiron, also known as the ATJ, the Deuce League. You got the Grown Folks Baseball League. There's also the Golf Association. There's a wrestling. There's also a soccer club, a NASCAR league, and then there's a coach mode. And then they also have a PUBG joint as well. So I would honestly, say, definitely get over there, man, and check us out. Because there's a league for just about everybody, man. That's housed on the website. Who knows, man? You might find something that you like. Plus, they talk about a little bit of everything. If I can get back over to the Discord, I can tell you once you're a part of the community, once you're a part of the community, man, some of the things that they actually have that you can participate in. Growing Folk Online community, man, there's the spiritual health, mental health, physical health. You also got the food, beer, and the food, beer channel. You got the custom gifts going on. And then, of course, you got our Twitter feed. So, man, it's your boy, Brady Senior, man. I'll be right back after this. Yeah. What's good, man, everybody? Man, it's your boy, Brady Senior, man, back at it again with the OMFL News After Dark Extended. Anyway, man, so check this out, man. Something I'm doing a little different, man. You know, trying to give you guys some different content. Let's talk wrestling. You know, currently, some big pay-per-views just happened. Let's look at some of the current champions. Let's go all elite wrestling real quick. Looks like Kenny Omega is still the AEW World Champion. Miro is the AEW TNT Champion. Then you have Britt Baker is the Women's Champ. And the Young Bucks still hold the crown, the Tag Team Champions. I think they've been holding that damn thing for way too fucking long, to be honest with you. I think they've been holding the championship since AEW came out. What's up, kiddo? Let's forward to the WWE here. Looks like Roman Reigns is still the champ. Bobby Lashley is, so you got this Universal Champion is Reigns. The WWE Champion is Lashley. Looks like Nikki just stole the Raw Women's title. And then, of course, Bianca Belair, she's the SmackDown Women's Champ. You got Apollo Crews as Intercontinental Champion. Apollo Crews is the Intercontinental Champ. Then you got Sheamus as the United States Champion. Then you got tag titles for right now at Raw. Looks like they go to AJ Styles and almost. I think that's what they're saying. The Usos have finally fallen in line with the head of the table, Roman Reigns, and locked down the SmackDown Tag Team Champions. Women's tag titles, Natalya and Tamina. And then the new 24/7 champ is Reginald. So it's a lot of stuff going on, man. You can get over to those websites, man, and look for yourself at the NXT and NXT UK champs. But, man, tell me what you think of both products, man. Like you AEW or you WWE, or if you're neither, and you'd rather pick up something else like some UFC or some PFL. But other than that, man, we'll be right back after this, man. Peace. Hey, what's good, everybody, man? It's your boy, Brady Senior, man, with the OMFL News After Dark. And, yeah, man, let's, welcome back to my off-the-cuff edition. But, anywho, man, let's go ahead and talk Olympics here, man. Top 5 medal count. Because, as you know, there's been a lot of stuff going on. A lot of stuff in the news about Miss Bio. And something I'll go ahead and say, being a person that's dealt with mental illness myself, take all the time you need, Miss Mel. With all the gold medals you've won and world championships you've won, bruh, can't nobody tell you absolutely nothing. You could take off the next 7 years and still be the most decorated gymnast and gold medal representative for the United States of all time. But anyway, moving along, top 5 from the Tokyo Games as it stands right now, the medal count. China number 1 with 22 gold, 13 silver, 12 bronze, for a total of 47 medals. U.S. in second with 52. They trail China with by 3 in the gold medal count. They have 20 silver, and then they have 13 bronze, followed by Japan, 30 medal count with 17 gold, 5 silver, 8 bronze. Then of course you have Australia in fourth with 30 count as well, with 13 gold, 3 silver, and 14 bronze. And then fifth place goes to the ROC with 38 medals, 11 gold, 15 silver, and 12 bronze. Let me know in the comments, man, what you guys think about the current slate of Olympic Games, and how you think we will fare if we're going to end up on top. But other than that, man, this is your boy Brady Senior, man. Give you the OMFL news after dark. Give you something to love there.
This is the OMFL.
You can't touch this.
And you're in the mix with Kinda Real Name. Here's another OMFL production.
Now it's working. I have no clue what happened, but my audio device said, no matter what you ask me to do, I'm not going to do it. I got to restart. Okay, sorry about that, friends. Technical difficulties. We have been fighting through them, but welcome to OMFL Media Days, day number 7. Day number 7. It says 6, but it's actually day number 7. Look, it happens, right? It's early in the morning on a Saturday. We're going to fight through it. We're going to get through this, but I'm glad that you are here. You are not here to hear me yap about all these technical difficulties. Let's get over here and welcome in our first coach this morning. Fun fact, this is the only coach that I've actually been able to meet in person. I was in Detroit for work and staying downtown. And my guy came and met me since he works and lives in Detroit. And we got to hang out for about an hour or so. It was really cool. Tall, intimidating man. The guy who's also been here from maybe not day one, but like maybe month one. He's been here with me for a very, very, very long time, and I'm excited to have him. Welcome in Coach 00 of the 49ers. I almost said Detroit Lions because he was the Lions forever and ever and ever and ever and ever and ever and ever, but he is no longer with the Lions. He is now with the San Francisco 49ers, a really fun team. So Coach 00, welcome this morning. Thanks for waking up with me. Let me give it to you for some opening statements about your team.
How you doing, Nate? Good to be here. Just looking to get back to playing football the way I know how. Doing a little smash mouth defense, controlling the game on offense, running the ball down your throat, seeing how it goes. Kind of exciting being away from Detroit. I can actually make moves and not feel bad about getting rid of some of my favorite players here. So that made it a little nicer last year.
It's funny. We talk about the pressure of having your own team. I guess because I've had them off and on so many times, I don't have that pressure so much with the Saints. I'll make a move if it helps me, but I do know that it does help sometimes to get away from your favorite team. 00, moving in to Madden 22, your 49ers have a good young squad. You drafted really, really well. I know the record wasn't what you wanted it to be, but there was a lot of real life things that you were battling through, but you made it through. You came out on the other side. You had such an amazing draft from a stud cornerback, a stud franchise quarterback, a stud middle linebacker. I think you had a stud receiver in there. Like, you had a really good draft. What are you most excited about from import to a young, real-life NFL 49ers team? What excites you the most moving into Madden 22?
In the Madden 22, with what the 49ers do, you can't deny. You got to be looking forward to Trey, learning how to use them. We've been together here, 20 years now, 21 years. I don't think I've ever had a dual threat quarterback. So that's going to be a huge learning curve for me. But if I can get that down, it can only help.
What makes
So,
you the most nervous about that team, Coach? They've made some moves on defense. You do have the young quarterback, but what part of that team kind of makes you the most nervous?
the way I play defense, I need that defensive line to step up and stop the run. Madden 21, for some reason, it seemed like I couldn't shut down any of the line or any holes, and you could just drive a semi right through the line. I can't stop the run, I can't stop the pass, and that was my problem last year. So hopefully I can get that tightened up.
Speaking of moves, speaking of trades, again, you sometimes can be really, really active because of work, but your work schedule sometimes causes you not to be able to be as active with moving around with your team. Any moves that you think day one, right out of the box, man, I'm going to need to make these moves?
Honestly, if I can shore up both of the sides of the lines on both sides of the ball, I'd be happy. My philosophy has always been starting the trenches. I know we got a solid line here, defensive line there. The offensive line's getting a little old, not as strong as it used to be. So hopefully I can get a few pieces there. Maybe get some youth, some depth, add some draft picks. I've been liking the build from the draft the last few years. Been easy with where I've been picking, but hopefully we can make picks in the middle of the pack, end of the rounds this year.
Coach, let's talk about that just a little bit. What is going to be the biggest need to change for that record to change? I know that you're, like a lot of us here, kind of hard on yourself, but you are a good player when life allows you to really get in there with your team and focus. Madden 22, different animal from Madden 20, 19, 21. It's a different game in all of the ways. It's going to be a lot more new things that have engagement and things that you can do. What's going to need to change, though, whether it is pre-week stuff, developing your team, or gameplay and actual execution? what's going to need to change the most for your team for that record to flip-flop?
I think you summed it up pretty much. It's gonna be my head. I'm gonna have to be in there focused, not be so hard on myself. Learn from my mistakes. Um, be willing to try new things. If I can't run the ball, learn how to pass it better. If I can't stop the run, stop the pass. If I'm not stopping either, throw some blitzes in there. For some reason I hate blitzing because of that risk reward, and it seems like I always get burnt there. So I tend to shy away from it. Maybe I need to open that up. We'll have to see how 22 plays out. Like you said, it's all new game, so maybe I need an all new mindset.
I feel the exact same way, Coach, about blitzing. It's just not something that works out really well for me. Coach 00, thank you so much for being here. And yes, this is a very tall, intimidating, quiet man, even in person. It was just a pleasure to be able to meet him a couple of years ago, and I look forward to maybe seeing him again one day because we've got some things working in Detroit. Let me bring in my next guest, 00 again, one of my favorite humans here. Here's another guy that has been one of these coaches that from day one of joining here just became a really big part of our community. He invested countless, more than I even feel proud about saying, hours into our trade calculator to create something really extraordinary, and just became a really big piece of our community, and hopefully he is here. He joined us a little late. We did not get to test his mic, but let me go over to Coach Rob of the Washington football team, because I don't think they actually have a name just yet. But Coach Rob, welcome to the show. Hopefully you're able to be here. I'm going to toss it over to you for some opening statements about your Washington football team.
Hey, morning. Can you hear me?
Morning, Coach. Yep, we sure can.
I think everyone knows the book on the Washington football team at this point. It's I think pretty much everything is there outside of under center. So that will be interesting to see how if we can get it figured out, because I never drafted high enough to really have a shot at a quarterback. So yeah, going to be interesting. But I mean, obviously Chase Young, Montez Sweat, like the defensive line is the name, is where my football team starts and ends. So I think everything is going to fall in line after that, and hopefully maybe I'll lose enough games one year to draft really high.
Coach, different game moving into Madden 22. I know Madden 21 was a bit of a burden, it was for a lot of us. What excites you the most about either things? I'm not sure if you got to play the beta, but maybe things that you're hearing or things about your team. What excites you the most about the Washington football team moving to Madden 22?
Well, to be honest, I know absolutely nothing that has changed for Madden 22. I've been unplugged. I know some of the general changes, but gameplay wise, I don't know how it plays different at all. So maybe if you want to make me privy to any that you've heard or the things that you felt, but otherwise, again, I'm looking forward to seeing how I go forward with Fitzmagic under center. Obviously, I play in a super tough division with both Mo and Dwayne, and that is, finishing third is never really where you want to finish, but finishing third behind them too, a little more understandable. So again, I don't know exactly what changes are coming our way for Madden 22, but either way, looking forward to getting rolling again, because kind of needed that time to unplug.
Well, I can let you in on one, and this is a hell of a place to tell you this, but Mo is no longer with us, and so that's one less guy that you got to worry about beating you. Coach Rob is one of our best owners and extremely good player, and he just really was in probably the world's toughest division ever. Coach, when you think about the Washington football team, I know we've talked a lot about the quarterback, but are there any other positions that kind of concern you or worry you about your team?
To be honest, no, not really. I would say like middle linebacker, but I think that's a lot easier to address than quarterback. So at least the way I play, like having a bad quarterback just doesn't fly. Like I can either go dual threat, I can pass only. Doesn't really matter, but if I don't have a quarterback, it's gonna be a lot of games where I'm trying to bleed the opponent dry and, you know, force them to make a mistake on offense so I can score on defense.
Coach, you've always been a guy that's able to create a lot of firepower on offense, but also have playmakers, especially on the outside of that defense. Again, I know this is kind of a tough question because Madden 22 will be a completely different game. Both what I played in the beta and all of the information that we know, it is not anything that we have seen or played in the last couple of years. It is completely new from top to bottom. Is there any mindset change? You talked about the break. You have been unplugged, and hopefully you'll plug back in with us because the game drops in like a week and a half or whatever it is. Is there any mind shift change that you think may happen moving into Madden 22 with this team?
No, to be completely honest. I mean, I think that your fundamentals are still going to be the same. It's you know, at the end of the day, it's still football. Make the right reads, and try and game plan around what an opponent goes to the most, what you feel their strengths are. At the end of the day, as long as that still rings the same, my mindset's really not going to shift all that much. Maybe we go and, you know, call a few more blitzes or run a little less man instead of zone, depending on whatever like my team is better at, or, you know, so on and so forth. But at the end of the day, I don't really, unless, you know, EA comes out and surprises me and really actually makes like a huge change, then I don't really plan on changing all that much what I do, because I feel like what I do was fairly effective against at least most people not named Mo or Dwayne. So. You there, Nick?
Well, I sat there and muted myself. I muted myself because I had to sneeze, and then I thought I unmuted myself when I came back, and I didn't, so my bad. Madden 22, it's going to be a completely different game. The player movement, I hope that you will be pleasantly surprised. I know I am. I'm very, very, very excited about this game, and I will always say we are a 1,000% better league with an engaged Rob than we are without Mr. Rob. I'm glad that you decided to come back and be with us again, because there was a lot of moments there. I did not think that was going to happen, but I have deep appreciation for you, you know, one way or the other, and so I got you on for the first time, and I want you to know that I deeply appreciate everything you've added to this community, everything you added to the board, and everything that you did for me. So I appreciate you. I'm glad that you're here, and come plug back in with us, because I think you're going to enjoy the new game. So it's going to bring me to thanks, Rob. I appreciate you, buddy. Our last coach of the day. Here's another guy that thought he was going to be tricky and send me the wrong photo, and what he forgot is that he already sent my guy Maniac his real photo, and so I snapped it up for Maniac. Let me welcome in Coach Ross of the Miami Dolphins. Even though I'm hearing rumors that this may not stick, and so maybe he can tell us a little bit more about those rumors. Coach Ross has also been working for months on our import video, and I'm really, really excited about that. That should come out maybe this Sunday, but if not this Sunday, 100% sure the next Sunday, unless something goes really, really crazy. But I cannot wait for you to see his hard work and see his project. Coach Ross of the Miami Dolphins, welcome to OMFL Media Days. Let me hand it off to you for some opening statements about your team in Madden 22.
Good morning. Thank you for having me. if Rob is still listening, thank you for the PS5, because if it wasn't for Rob, I wouldn't have gotten a PS5, obviously. Just a little concerned about Miami with what Howard's going to do. The offensive line's still going to be young. Defense is going to be questionable. I think the rating for defense was like 79, 78 overall. But now the offense is really, really low. They're ranked 70, which is 31st, I think, with the Jets being number 32. So it's going to be a nice challenge to see how things go for Madden 22.
Coach, you were a very, very good team builder here. I think an underrated team builder. You drafted exceptionally well. The Madden before that, you traded exceptionally well, especially when you were in Minnesota, kind of built a super team there. What excites you the most, though, about Madden 22 and your Dolphins?
The number one thing is going to be Waddle. The Dolphins in real life, they went out and got some decent receivers. They got Fuller. Parker's coming back. Mike Gesicki's going to be good, but now Waddle's going to be, I think, what helps them in real life and, of course, on Madden 22. I think he was around 96 or 97 speed, so that's going to be exciting to see, but I'm not going to try to air it out like I did last year. I'm not going to be a Bloop or a Rob and throw for 4,000 yards and 40 touchdowns. I'm just going to go back to running the ball and trying to win games close, I guess.
Coach, we already touched on pieces of this with Xavier. I think I'm saying that right, but Howard, the cornerback that may ask for a trade. Hopefully for you, that happens after the season starts, after we get going. But what makes you the most nervous about that team for Madden 22?
Number one is going to be him. I mean, normally when I sign on or when I start the season with us, I trade any Auburn players off my team. And one that I probably need to keep this year is going to be the cornerback from Auburn that I traded Rob last year. He's talented, he's young, but he's from Auburn, so he had to go last year. But I may have to keep him, especially whatever happens with Howard. But outside that, the only other thing that kind of concerns me going to the gameplay is going to be that home field advantage. That looked a little concerning, but I'm sure we'll get it under control once it starts.
It's for somebody who played it a lot. It's not that bad, Coach. I think there are definitely some of them that are really good, and you're gonna have to stay on top of it. But I think it'll add a nice little twist. Who knows? Maybe 2 months into the game, we're going to be ready to throw it through the window. But I have high hopes, Coach. You again, if you know Coach Ross at all here, you know that if you have an Alabama player, you need to send him to Ross, and if he has an Auburn player, he's going to get rid of him. What moves, Coach, do you think you're going to need to make day one with your team?
I really want a solid running back, and that's going back to the imports. I drafted a running back last year that I really thought about importing, but running backs are so easy to draft. You can get a running back from round 1 to maybe round 3, 4. I think was it Brady? Brady got a running back a couple of years ago that was mid-round, and I think he turned him into a pretty decent player, if I remember correctly.
Yeah,
So,
B-Mo.
That's going to be it. Just I'm going to try to go back to running the football. I like a fullback, and Miami did sign the guy Carter, who's a fullback / tight end. So I'm probably just going to go back to running the football. If I can't get Derrick Henry or somebody in some kind of monster trade, I'll just draft one and try to build him.
Coach, moving into Madden 22, you are moving from Madden, I think even 20 to 21, and even in 21, you were known for your running game. ground and pound, kind of that old fashioned, we're just going to right up the gut and dare you to stop it. Didn't quite seem to get there last year. It sounds like I don't think you got to play the beta at all. What do you think is going to need to change for you in a winnable division now? It sounds like with the moves that have happened that your opportunities to kind of own that division have increased. I know you and Blue kind of had a back and forth, and Tim, and I know Tim's excited about his Jets, but there's even rumors that there may be a Jets flip-flop. What's going to need to change for your team in Madden 22 for you to be successful?
Well, last year I started out trying to do ball control and run the ball, and then I would play against Blue. I would watch Rob in some games and other guys. I think Colin was a good passer.
Yeah.
Watch those guys just air it out, and so I tried to kind of change mid-season from running to passing, and it failed miserably. So I kind of went back to running towards the end, but that's the only thing I'm going to try to do is just stick with running the football this entire cycle. It's what I'm comfortable with, and just understand I can't see the field and I can't make those decisions like a Rob or a Bloop or a Colin. And there's other guys that can pass really good, but those are ones that I've just watched on, some of their games when they pop up on our channel. I just watch and admire it. So, but I'm just going to go back to what I know, be comfortable with it.
Well, Coach, thank you for being with me today. Before I let you go, though, one little bonus question. Say whatever you want to say to kind of build some excitement, maybe even a peek behind the curtains about OMFL Import Show that we're going to do very soon.
Well, I heard you on the intro say maybe next Sunday, but the plan is to be finished hopefully by this Sunday.
Nice.
If I've got a wedding to run to here in just a little bit, and when I get back home, I'm going to get started. And if there's no outside obstacles, it'll be done hopefully tonight. But you know how family is when you have two little boys, they're going to want to do extra stuff. But it's pretty exciting. If I could just stick with my original thoughts and just roll through it and quit changing my mind, because I don't like colors, I don't like songs, I don't like fonts. I keep changing my mind, but I think now I've got a pretty solid format. I'm just going to go with it, plug it, and finalize it and get it sent over to you. The only thing I may ask of you, though, is if you can apply your own music, because I did not like that song that I sent you in that sample.
Well, music may be, I don't know. We'll have to see, because the idea of editing 32 videos may be a little impossible for me to do, but I cannot, I did get to see one team sample. I cannot wait to see it. I can't wait for all of you to see it. But what we're going to do is we're going to reveal all of the imports, and we're going to go through them one by one. What we may need to do, if it is ready for this Sunday, because we have to finish the top 5 coaches, is we may take them division by division. And so the plan, I think right now, is going to be that Win and I, and maybe anybody else that wants to come join us that night, we will reveal division by division. We'll reveal their imports and then talk about storylines for that division. And so maybe we take 1 or 2 divisions every Press Pass Live over the next couple of weeks, and should be a ton of fun. Coach Ross, thank you for being with me. Thank you for working on that project. Have fun at a wedding. That usually is an all-day thing, so hopefully it goes well for you. And that's going to bring us to the end, friends. Let's see if we can get over here. If this doesn't... I knew it was going to do that, but the other one that I wanted to click was not going to send us where we wanted to go. Thank you so much. You fought through it. We made it through it. Today's OMFL Media Days was not flawless, but we made it through, and I appreciate all 3 of these guys waking up early on a Saturday and coming to spend some time with me. And we got one more. So we have Press Pass Live this Sunday where we will do our coaches reveal and hopefully some imports reveal. And then we'll be back with everybody on Monday for our last OMFL Media Days. And it looks like we're just going to miss out on 2 coaches, which is not bad. That makes me really proud that so many of you decided to do this. And for every one of you who did, I'm going to go ahead and let the cat out of the bag. You're going to get some bonus XP points. So probably going to give you each 2 XP that you can use in Madden 22. Maybe 3, who knows? I'm in a pretty giving mood, and I want you guys to be honored for what you did. What is going on with it? I don't know why that's so big. That's what she said. Anyway, thank you for being here with OMFL Media Days. And it was coming. Thank you for being here at OMFL Media Days. Have a great rest of your weekend. I'm going to find coffee or breakfast or something. I got to go eat. Okay, guys, be blessed.